साडी इस दुखांत घटना नूं प्रॉपर कवरेज दिती, प्रॉपर टाइमिंग दिती इस टू कवर दिस न्यूज़। एक न्यूज़ वेखते वेखते देयर वाज वन थिंग दैट आई नोटिस कि जिंदगी दे विच किवें इंसान वखरे वखरे ओपीनियन किवें इंसान वखरे वखरे ओपीनियन अपने विच रखते ने। एक देयर वाज वन न्यूज़ रीडर जिन्हां ने शी वाज गिविंग अ कवरेज ऑन अ स्टोरी। तां मीनवाइल तुसी अगर असीं उन्हां दी आवाज़ नूं सुणदे उन्हां दी आवाज़ दे विच भी दर्द आ गया, उन्हां दी अखां दे विच भी हंझू आ गए कि किवें ये लोग सानू पुछ रहे ने कि अगर थानू किसी अगर चीज़ की ज़रूरत है, अगर थानू कोई किसी चीज़ की लोड़ है तुसी सानू दस सकदे हो। उस दुकान के माहौल दे विच भी सिख कम्यूनिटी हमेशा उन्हां दी हेल्प करदी रही। उन्होंने पूरा उन्हां नाल कोऑपरेट किया, किसी भी तरीके दी उन्होंने मत्थे वट नहीं पाए कि नहीं ये लोग दूसरे ने, इन्हां लोगों दे नाल असीं गल नहीं करनी, इन्हां लोगों दे नाल इन्हां दी स्किन कलर डिफरेंट है, ये साडे वर्गे लोग है नहीं गे। See, there's so much love that we have in our culture, in our community, that we do give out to everybody। असीं सारिਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ प्यार ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਸਾਡਾ ਕਲਚਰ इसी करके जानिया जाता बिकॉज ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੁਅਲੀ ਟਰੀਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵੱਡਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਪਿਆਰ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਨਾਲ ਛੋਟਿਆਂ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਸਾਡਾ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ। इट वॉज अ ब्यूटिफुल फीलिंग बट एट द सेम टाइम एट अ वेरी रॉन्ग टाइम जी जिस न्यूज़ रीडर जो खबर पढ़ते पढ़ते उन्होंने भी अखां दे विच हंझू आ गए, उन्होंने भी आवाज़ भारी हो गई कि किवें सारिਆਂ ने मेरे नाल कोऑपरेट किया। दे ऑल वर वेरी नाइस, शी सेड इट हरसेल्फ, शी सेड कि दे ऑल वर वेरी नाइस, दे ऑल वर वेरी हेल्पफुल। आई डोंट नो why would somebody do this to them। I do want to show couple of pictures जिन्हां ने who was the guy जिन्हां ने गुरु घर दे अंदर जाके उन्होंने शूटिंग कीतियां। इहो जिहे इंसान नूं असी I have no words for him besides pity। I do pity on him कि वो किवें सारिਆਂ दे खून दा रंग कहंदे लाल हुंदा है, तो किवें ये भुल गए कि नहीं दूसरे लोग भी इंसान ने। just because we have different skin color, just because we are not born in the United States, just because साडे cultural root दे नाल असी हमेशा लिए जुड़े रहना चाहते हैं, इस करके असी पूरी तरह अमेरिकन कल्चर दे विच नहीं ढल पाते। लेकिन उस दे विच भी साडी खासियत है कि किवें असी अमेरिकन कल्चर नूं एज वैल एज साडे इंडियन कल्चर नूं असी मेनटेन करके चलते हैं। Why would somebody do such thing? Once again, I want you all to welcome कि तुसी अगर थोड़ा कोई भी ओपीनियन है तो थोड़ा इस बारे इस हादसे बारे थोड़े की विचार ने तुसी सानू कॉल करके दस सकते हो 7188050320 ते। एंड इस दुकान दिन ते मेयर ब्लूमबर्ग, पुलिस कमिश्नर ऑफ NYPD एज वैल एज जज ब्राउन जो कि क्वींस डिस्ट्रिक्ट दे अटॉर्नी हैगे ने, हरप्रीत सिंह टूर जी एंड गुरदेव कंग जी जो कि द सिख कल्चर सोसाइटी ऑफ न्यूयॉर्क उहदे प्रेजिडेंट ने। उन्होंने सब ने अपना शोक जाहिर किया। तो आओ आप उन्होंने ज़बानी सुनते हैं कि उन्होंने अज के इस दिहाड़े बारे की कहना है। जी किसी टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टी करके देयर वाज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम। आई डू वांट टू शेयर दैट मेयर ब्लूमबर्ग आप द सिख कल्चर सोसाइटी 118 स्ट्रीट जो कि गुरु घर हैगा न्यूयॉर्क रिचमंड हिल्स उत्थे आप आए। सवेरे उन्होंने प्रैस कॉन्फ्रेंस की सारे दे नाल उन्होंने अपना ट्रिब्यूट पे किया जो कुछ भी विस्कॉन्सिन दे विच होया। और उन्होंने ये भी भरोसा दिलाया कि न्यूयॉर्क दे विच इहो जी घटना वापरन दा बहुत ही घट chances ने। He did made our community feel a little bit better, a little bit stronger।
ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਕਰਕੇ ਲੈ ਜਾਊਂਗਾ ਘੰਟੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਜਾਊਂਗਾ
Guys, I'm gonna have to step over here. Sir, you following me?
Gentlemen, sir,
Sorry, guys, you
can
have
you
to step
move
up.
blocking the cameras?
Sir, you have to back up a little bit. Sure.
Thank you very much.
Well, good afternoon. Police from Sir Ray Kelly, Queens District Attorney Richard Brown, and Chuck Mira, the Chief of Staff, to Council Speaker Christine Quinn, Joe Adabo, State Senator, and James Sanders, the City Councilman, and I have just expressed our condolences and the condolences of all New Yorkers to our city's Sikh community. That includes the president of the Sikh Cultural Center, Gurdev Singh Kag, and the newly installed chair of this Sikh Cultural Center, Mohan Singh Katra. Mohan lost an uncle in the Wisconsin massacre. Yesterday, in the space of a few hours, he both assumed that office and also had suffered this terrible tragedy in his family, and our condolences go out to him. But I think it's fair to say New Yorkers of every faith join the Sikh community in praying for the recovery of those gravely wounded in that terrible attack. In the wake of the shootings yesterday, representatives of our Community Affairs Unit, headed by Nazli Pavesi, reached out to the Sikh community to offer assistance and support, and as you can well imagine, the Sikh community is in shock and in mourning. New York, and particularly Southeast Queens, is the center of Sikh life in the United States, and community leaders say there are roughly 15,000 Sikhs who live in Richmond Hill and nearby neighborhoods. This is a very close-knit and hard-working community, one whose faith urges them to practice self-discipline and good deeds towards others. In fact, the vice chair of the 102nd Precinct Council is Mr. Harbans Dillon, who is also a past chair of the Cultural Society. And this is also a very resilient community. As you know, about 9 years ago, I was here when a fire completely destroyed the Sikh temple, and I remember coming here to survey the damage. The community rebuilt after that disaster, and I think it's fair to say the community's faith will sustain them now as well. In addition to bringing condolences from everyone and offering our prayers, I want to underscore a message to the Sikh community and to all New Yorkers, and it's simply this: no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what religion you profess, you have a right to be safe in your homes, in your places of worship, and on the streets of New York City. We have no tolerance for intolerance or for lawless violence. They go against everything that New York, the safest big city in the nation, is all about. And this remains a city where people of every nationality live in harmony and where people of every faith worship in freedom. And that's essential to who we are as New Yorkers. It is our heritage, and it is in our hearts. In fact, more than 100 years before the Declaration of Independence, the people of Queens took a stand for religious freedom. Residents of the town of Flushing sent a letter to then-Governor Peter Stuyvesant reminding him that, quote, "The law of love, peace, and liberty" covered people of every faith who wanted to live in the then, as it was called, the colony of New Amsterdam. That was the spirit of the people of New Amsterdam back in 1657. It is the spirit and the law of New York City today, and that's the great strength of our city, and we're not about to lose sight of that. There's something else that we shouldn't lose sight of either. Just 2 weeks after the tragedy in Aurora, we've seen another mass shooting, one in which it appears that there was some warning signs about the shooter. And still, the two presidential candidates have not given the American public a plan to keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people. Every day, 34 Americans are murdered with guns. The fact that criminals, terrorists, and other mentally ill all have easy access to guns is a national crisis. We have lost over 400,000 Americans to illegal guns, which is more since 1968. That is more than the number of Americans that were killed in World War II. And the two presidential candidates cannot continue avoiding an issue that is one of the most serious threats we face as a nation and for our security. They have, thankfully, been no threats made against the Sikh community here, nor do I expect any. After all, this is New York. But we have to take preparatory and precautionary steps, some visible and some not, and you can rest assured that we will do so to deter any such actions. To say a bit more about that, let me now turn the floor over to Police Commissioner Ray Kelly. Ray?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I too want to express my condolences to the family of Mohan Singh Katra and to the entire Sikh community for the horrific events that happened yesterday in Wisconsin. As the mayor said, I want to emphasize that we have no information that indicates a threat to Sikh temples here in New York City. When we received information of the shootings yesterday, we immediately dispatched additional resources to Sikh temples here in New York. We used our critical response vehicles, who are normally assigned to counterterrorism duties. We did that to certainly ease concerns in the Sikh community. We also contacted the FBI and other law enforcement agencies to see if there was any information that indicated any threat to Sikhs here in New York. Now, just as this tragedy has affected the Sikh family, it certainly has affected the NYPD family as well. Brian Murphy, the lieutenant who was shot yesterday, was shot 9 times and is in critical condition, is the brother of Terry Murphy, who is a detective who just retired from the Intelligence Division of the New York City Police Department just a month ago. But I can assure you that we're going to continue to monitor this issue. We're going to keep our presence at these locations in place, and we'll make that determination on a day-to-day basis. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
District Attorney Brown, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Only to add my voice to that which has already been said, our deep sympathy goes out to the victim's family, and the Sikh community here in Queens. We are, as you know, the most diverse county in the nation, and the Sikh community is a very important part of our life here in Queens County. And secondly, of course, to underscore that which the mayor has indicated, these acts of violence with guns have got to stop. And I commend the mayor and the police commissioner for all the work that they're doing nationwide to help to make it stop. Beyond that, Mr. Mayor, I wanted to express my sympathy to everyone here.
But neither of those statements had anything to do with stopping the next massacre, stopping the fact that we have more guns than people in this country and that 34 people a day are killed. This was 6, and you can see the outpouring. Why is it different? Because it was in one place at one time. But every day there are 34 killed. Where is the outrage over that? And during the next president's term, 48,000 Americans are going to be murdered. A lot more killed because you also have homicides or suicides and you have accidents. But 48,000 Americans will be murdered in the next 4 years. And so far, we haven't heard from either candidate a plan, a concrete plan that makes some sense to get the problem